Hey, this is Brian Icenhower, and I am here today with the one and only Karen Hadley. Karen, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. Hey, thanks for joining us today. I have had the privilege of working with Karen for over the past over 3 years now, and I've got to watch her production steadily grow every single year. And Karen is an amazing prospector, and she has continued to hone that skill over the course of the last 3 years. And I've got to watch it, and I think we're going to tell you a little bit about how she does that, how she continues to do it. But let's first do a little background on Karen. Karen, if we go back 3 years, you closed about how many million did you close about 3 years ago? About 4.5 million, something like that.
4.5 million, yes.
4.5 million, and then the next year, you jumped up quite a bit. Where would your volume come in the next year? About six?
About six. Uh-huh.
Six. Okay, and how are we doing this year? What are we looking at? We're wrapping up this year now. You're on pace to close what?
A little over 8 this year.
Little over 8 this year. Great. So that's nice, steady income jumps, nice, steady volume jumps. And a
Right,
big part of your business is working expired listings, isn't it?
right, yes.
Yeah, you're an expired prospector. I want you to tell everybody what happened this week. What has been going on?
Calling the expired listings this week. I got 8 expired listing appointments. I've got 6 new expired listings under contract. Got another one that will be going under contract the first of the week.
What a
So I
wow.
got 7 under contract out of 8 appointments.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive conversion ratio on expired listings too, by the way. So congratulations on this week.
Thank you.
And
Pretty
it's
exciting.
amazing that it is still this week and you're taking the time to make this video with me today. So thank you for that too. I think we moved some times around because of all your listing appointments, as a matter of fact.
We did.
Well, I'll tell
Did.
you what, we had a call together. I'm saying a couple months ago, probably, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, where you were actually very discouraged. Isn't that correct?
Yes, yes.
Well, tell me about that. What was the problem?
Well, I wasn't going anywhere. I'm not used to not getting appointments, and I was really discouraged because there was no expired listings, and I'm just not used to not getting appointments, and I was getting kind of nervous about it.
Right,
So,
and is what I think is so phenomenal, and why I wanted to talk about this today. You know, this year is a year when we have a very strong seller's market. There's not a lot of inventory out there. Houses are selling quickly, therefore less homes are actually expiring. So
right,
there aren't many expired listings to even contact. And so so it makes it a little thinner crop for you, doesn't it?
it does. And when 50% or more of my business is expired listings, and then I go for a week or more with no appointments, it's a little hairy.
Yeah. Yet you are going to close at least 40 expired listings this year, aren't you?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to have 40 closings are going to be from expired listing phone calls.
Correct.
And this is supposed to be a dry year for expireds.
Right. That's what I hear.
Yeah. But you just don't listen to it.
No, no, that's what I hear. Yeah.
Uh, why not? How come you don't listen to that stuff?
Well, because I try not to listen to that stuff. I'm in the office at 8, and at 8:15 I'm making my phone calls and I'm out the door.
Right. The one of the big things that I've noticed is when the number of expired listings goes down, a lot of your competition that also calls those expired listings goes away.
That's okay with me.
Yeah. Right. And I do remember us having conversations about this, not just 2 months ago either, about how you need to keep on going with what works
Right.
and let the competition peel away.
Right. Right.
The
I don't know what else to do besides make these phone calls. I get a sick pit in my stomach if I'm not making my phone calls. It's just part of who I am. So I just have to keep doing it.
Well, when half your business, when 40 closings, the commission from those goes away, I'd get a pit in my stomach too. So I, I think that's probably want to stick with that.
Right.
Yeah, one of the things. So when we talked a couple months ago, and you were discouraged because there wasn't many expired listings and you weren't getting appointments, and my brilliant coaching advice to you was to just keep doing it. And that's really important because so many people quit because they hit those dry spots and they use the excuse, well, there just aren't many expired listings. I'll start calling them again when homes stop selling so quickly. And they don't realize a lot of people quit and those listings are still there. And I always look at prospecting for expireds. I use an example, and I know I've used this with you a few times about tossing a coin. If you and I were going to make a bet together, Karen, tossing a coin in the air, and you were to say it's going to come up heads, and it came up tails, and then you bet me again, and you said heads again, and it came up tails, and we kept doing this, and it kept coming up tails, and you kept betting heads, and we did that 10 times, and every time I win because it kept coming up tails, and you kept calling the heads. Yes, you would be dry. You would not win at this game. However, we all know that you have a 50% chance of winning when you pick heads.
Right.
And if you quit, you're never going to get to see those heads come around.
Right.
If we flip the coin 100 times, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to still win, and it's going to come up heads 50 times.
Correct.
In fact, if we flip the coin 1,000 times, there's going to be even greater chance that you're going to get closer to 50%, and that heads are going to come up 500 times.
Correct.
But if you quit in a dry spot with expireds, we know your conversion ratio, right, Karen? We know that if you call about 25 expired 25 inspired listings, you're going to get a listing appointment.
Correct.
However, that doesn't always happen every 25 calls.
That's very true. That's very true.
You can go 200 phone calls without a listing.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have the faith that the numbers are going to come back and add up. And for you, they have this last week. Right. 8 listing appointments in 5 days.
Right.
Does that make sense? So now all of a sudden, so you have to have faith that the numbers were going to work, that you are going to get listings, and you have to fight through those dry spots. If it's a dry year for expireds, or even if it's just a couple months because you're not setting appointments.
Correct.
They will continue to bear fruit. So it's really a mindset game, which you have mastered. You don't consider yourself going to work unless you sit down and make your contacts to the expireds. I mean, and I know you have a COI and you call FSBOs as well too, but expireds are your bread and butter. That's the biggest bulk of your business.
Right.
So what's the goal for next year, Karen?
15 million.
15 million. So we're talking a big jump next year.
I am.
So
got a lot more calls to make.
Yeah, more calls to make. Right. How? What's going to be the difference on that? How are we going to do 15 million?
We're going to increase our
I know number one.
I'm sorry.
You're upping your price point. I know number
our price point. Yes, we are increasing our price point, and we're just going to make more calls. We're just going to talk to more people.
And on that price point issue, I want to make sure that we talk about that. You're going to start discriminating on your pricing. So what's your price point that you're not going to take any listings below?
Nothing below 150.
Nothing below 150. Isn't that going to be nice and refreshing?
It is. It is. We're going to refer out anything below 150 to my mentees. We're going to refer them to my mentees and give those to them and stick to 150 and above.
Right. And when she says mentees, she actually mentors other agents in the office, helps them, teaches them the business, which is awesome. So she's just going to refer those out. For the rest of you that don't mentor people, you could refer that business out to other people and even collect a referral fee on it. But she's going to focus on bringing her price point up by really and she's earned the right to do that because she knows she can get listings like mad so long as she prospects for them, which is amazing. And I love that. You've also actually just recently brought on some administrative support too to free you up to do more prospecting, haven't you?
Very true. Yes, that's really nice.
Yeah. So now you can make more of the calls that you love to make to get more listings.
Right, right. And my husband works with me now, so that's kind of nice too.
Yeah, and I think that's a neat story as well. That was a big goal of yours, to sell a certain amount of real estate and make a certain amount of money so that your husband could quit his day job.
That's right. That's right. And he's now with me full time, and he's doing amazing too. So
right.
Yep.
So we are now propelled to hit a $15 million year because we've got admin, we've got Tim, your husband, and you're going to be freed up to just run wild on the phone for the next 12 months. Well, Karen, thank you so much for being with me today. Stick with it. Let's get this last listing appointment that you need to make closed and converted, and push forward into next year.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, bye, Karen.
Bye.